Hi, my name is Brubaker. I'm from Mansfield, Texas, and I'm currently a senior studying computer science. I'm also the CRI director. So I ride for my grandpa, Jack Riley. Truly one of the most inspirational men I've ever had the pleasure to know. He was just the kind of person you couldn't spend too much time around. He was loving, he was caring, he was so kind. And unfortunately, during high school, he was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And on top of being one of the nicest guys I've ever known, he was also one of the strongest. So he fought with everything he had. He really gave it a hell. I mean, he did everything he could, and after a year of chemo and radiation and fighting cancer, I'm happy to say he beat it. And he was, we were all ecstatic, the entire family. He was very clearly the cornerstone of our mom's side of the family. And this was just an incredible story that he was able to do this, especially going into his mid-80s, that in such a quick time span he was able to turn things around. And so it was actually a really happy time. It went from a very sad time in my life to a very joyous. We were very happy things turned out that way. Then about less than a year later, after my grandpa had kind of returned to his old ways and biking every day, he was a huge cyclist, even while in his mid-80s. After a year of getting back to normal, we found out that the cancer was back, and not only was it in his colon, but it metastasized in his lungs. And this time, the odds were not looking so good for him. So, once again, he fought like hell. He did everything he could, but unfortunately this time the cancer was just too much. And I remember going to visit him pretty late in his life, and still, even though he was going through all this cancer treatment and losing his hair and everything, he still, just by his body language alone, you could tell what a strong person he was, and he never let you see how much it was really affecting him. He always was strong. He definitely, to me, as one of the younger people in the family, never let me see what a toll was having on him. So I guess he fought, he gave everything he could, and I'm really thankful that he was able to hold out to see his first great-grandson born. And that was probably the last memory I have of him before the cancer just became too much. But he still is such an inspirational figure in my family, such an inspiration to me, to just live life to the fullest and to aspire to be the kind of great person he was. It's something I try to live my life by every day. So he's just really one of the main reasons I ride. Another person who has kind of taken on a whole new meaning since I joined Texas 4000 is my dad. My dad's a skin cancer survivor. He, skin cancer is not as fatal as other kinds of cancer, so some people, I don't know, some people say it's like the lucky kind of cancer to get, even though that makes absolutely no sense. Though I'm grateful that, there's a very high chance it's going to survive skin cancer, it's still cancer, and that's still really hard to see your dad go through surgery for cancer and constantly have to worry about it coming back. It's out of a whole new dimension to my Texas 4000 experience, and I'm proud to say he's doing really, really well. And so every day I get on the bike and ride for him, ride for my dad, and I ride for Grandpa Jack. So my favorite memory of Texas 4000 has to be during our training camp, which was our first weekend, on the bikes, outside of the parking lot. We're actually on roads, there's hills. It was getting thrown into the pool for the first time. It was a lot of fun. It was really scary getting comfortable in these brand new bikes. But we were out kind of in the hillsides of Texas, definitely a lot more hills than we were used to. And I was put in one of our faster groups, so we were trying to push the pace. We were all kind of trying to show off that, you know, we were all like already good cyclists and could ride fast and all that kind of stuff, just guys being guys. And I think we did about 40 miles that day, and with about 5 miles left, we were coming home, we were going into the wind, it was getting really tough, and there was just hill after hill after hill, and my knees were just dead. I had no energy left. I was telling myself, like, there's no way I'm making it to the top of this one. And then I'd get up there, and then I'd see another hill and be like, great, like, this is just gonna keep going. And sure enough, I had a teammate, my buddy Zach was riding with me, and he came and saw that I was struggling, and seen that I was having a hard time with these hills, and just that my legs weren't working, they weren't doing what I was telling them to do. And so he dropped back to ride alongside me, and then he actually like got in close, put his hand like on my back, and just kind of like that gentle push, like he was pushing me up the hill. He stayed there and he rode with me up that whole like last hill, just pushing me along, just giving me that little extra something, like that little extra will that I couldn't find in myself. And like that just sums up Texas 4000 completely for me. There's that one experience, because it's not something you could do alone. There's going to be more hills. There's going to be way bigger hills than that little one out in East Texas. I don't know. It was just really powerful to me to see a teammate like care that much that I was struggling, that he'd, you know, drop back and literally like push me up this hill. And I'm just forever grateful for that. So still with 5 months left until we leave for Alaska, Texas 4000 has had a huge impact on my life so far. You know, I've been in Texas 4000 for over a year. Initially, I had no idea what to expect, and I'd say the greatest takeaway I've gotten from Texas 4000 is the incredible group of friends I've made from my teammates. I've never met a group of people that was more passionate and more driven to tackle a cause like fighting cancer, and, you know, believing that we can actually make a difference and that we can one day find a cure for cancer. They just, every day I wake up and I know I have this team to support me, and they'll be behind me all the way to Alaska. And that's really what keeps me going, and that's why I want to do everything I can and give everything I have to Texas 4000 to make this the best ride possible.